Good morning, Susan here from itsmysustainablelife.com. I am here in the northeast of USA today on a spring, it's going to be the perfect day to go out and forage for some eastern white pine needles. This is something that I go out and do periodically throughout the winter months. It offers great nutritional value and medicinal benefits. And, I use pine a lot in my home. So I'm really going to delve into pine in these next few weeks. I'm going to take you today with me. We're going to learn how to identify eastern white pine, how to forage for it, and how to make the tea. So I finally made it out to start foraging for my pine needles, for my tea, my pine needle tea. And this is literally right outside my back door. So you can kind of see this is really a pine stand. I do have some birch in there as well as some juniper and other types of pine and hemlock. But it's the eastern white pine that I'm really looking for here. So the pine tree, it's a pine when the pine cones themselves grow in a downward position, and that's opposed to like fir trees, which the pine cones will tend to grow straight upwards. The needles on pine trees, or needle-like leaves, if you will, they grow in clusters on the twigs, and each one of these bundles are called fascicles. So each one of these fascicles, these soft needles, if you will, they grow in clusters of 5. So if I come up here and I kind of show you on a branch, get my video skills in accordance with my hand here, you can see they grow in these little fascicles where they attach onto the twig or the branch themselves. So the little clusters have 5 needle-like leaves. And these are typically bluish green in color. You can see kind of the variation of the color there. And the beauty of the eastern white pine here in this area is that they've been used for generations as natural herbal remedy. So the needles of the eastern white pine, they can be foraged throughout the year. Doesn't matter what time of year, they're always evergreen. You can always find them here in the Northeast. Once you've foraged for the eastern white pine, you want to pick branches that really have a lot of green growth on them. Now I will forewarn you that these have a lot of pitch. There's a lot of resin in these plants. So if you have plastic gloves or gloves, if you don't want pitch on your hands, I recommend that you use it. So to forage the needles, pick nice clusters. I like to choose ones that don't have a lot of discoloration, like this has a lot of brown in it. I prefer to have it nice and green with very little brown showing. I usually go right down to the base of where that top piece attaches onto the rest of the branch, and I simply snip that off.